Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Christmasful. We are live from the North Pole. I'm Sunny the Elf, and look who's joining me. Hi, Santa.
Oh, hi there.
Nice to see you today. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Busier than heck. Got all those scout elves just running this way, that way. And I mean, it's you cannot imagine. It's a
There's a
mess.
lot. There's a lot happening at the North Pole. Well,
Oh,
boys
yes.
and girls, this is the show for you. Hopefully, you are getting in the Christmas mood. I know a lot of you guys are probably hanging up your Christmas trees this weekend and decorating your homes, putting out lights in front of your home. And so, hopefully, you're getting in the holiday spirit. And Santa and I are here to help you with that. So, this is the show Christmasful, and we go live 3 times a week. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how you can get notifications so you guys never miss one of our shows. So Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, we're live, and the times might change a little bit on that, but you can always go to our website and get more information. You can also check us out on Facebook and YouTube. So if you go to our website, which is Christmasful.com, you can get links to those. But really what you need to do is ask your mom and dad, right? Because your mom and dad are the ones probably with those accounts, but they can sign up and get little reminders of when Christmasful is going to be live. And then on YouTube, they can also subscribe. So if you guys want to see previous episodes of Christmasful, you can do that anytime you want. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is Santa and I have a podcast that we do, and we love doing this podcast, don't we, Santa? It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a ball.
Well, this is the podcast. It's called Millennial Santa. And this started a while back. We've been doing this for a few years now. And boys and girls, you are going to love this because this is an opportunity for you to ask Santa your questions. In fact, you get a whole episode that's just for you and your question. So you can go to our website. You can actually leave a message through our website. If mom and dad or grandma and grandpa say it's okay, you can go to our website. You can leave a message, and then we'll take that message and we'll put it into our podcast. So we've got daily episodes that go out. So we started on November 15th. So we've been going for a little bit now, all the way through Christmas Day. And then you can also ask your parents or your guardian to subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So a lot of stuff going on, Santa. It's all about connecting with the kids, right? And this year's a little bit different for kids below the Arctic Circle.
Yes. It's one of the things that we started this Christmasful. And because we wanted to reach out to the children and also the adults out there, the parents, because this is such a trying year. And it's not just most of our viewers are from the United States of America and in the North American continent, up in Canada also, but all around the world. We have viewers all around the world, and there is trouble all around the world. Trust me, I've been out there and every place. This virus that is worldwide. It's a worldwide problem. And all the troubles that we're going through here, a lot of people overseas are going through the same troubles. Anybody below the Arctic Circle is. And that's not even to mention what's going on with the different governments down there. So I don't want to get into it. But there's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of stress I've noticed on parents and children. Children haven't been able to go to school on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of parents. I was just talking to a young man the other night, and he's been out of work for the last 8 months. Luckily, his wife went back to work because she had a degree in physical education, so she's been out there helping. So, yeah, it's troubling everybody. Everybody's being affected by this, and that's what I wanted to bring some joy. And we call this Christmasful. Christmasful is just like joyful, thankful, grateful. It's all the same. So, yes.
Yeah. More full of Christmas, right?
More full
Christmasful.
of Christmas.
If you can get more full of Christmas, because here at the North Pole,
I can't get
we are
enough.
always full of Christmas. All right, Santa, well, let's kick things off with our Christmas countdown.
Whoa.
Here we go.
26 days.
So we have 26 days, at least for the boys and girls. This is 26 days until Christmas Day. But Santa, we know that you get busy and the rest of us get really busy way before that.
Oh, yeah. We're busy now.
We are busy.
You know,
now,
one
right?
month before Christmas, that's when we start sending our scout elves down. So we're
Yeah.
in that timeline right now. So
That's right. That's right. In fact, boys and girls, we have more information that we're going to tell you about the scout elves in just a little bit. You guys may have scout elves coming to your home. You may be wondering when they're going to arrive, or perhaps your elves have already arrived. So Santa's going to tell you a little bit more about scout elves and how important they are in just a little bit. In fact, Santa, let's go through today's show. Let's tell everybody what's on today's show. So we just mentioned that it's Scout Elf Week, super important. So you guys can meet and greet your scout elves, and they've sure been missing you guys, right, Santa?
that's right.
So we're going to tell you a little bit more about our elves and the important work that they do for Santa Claus. And then we have a meet and greet. We love doing this. This is where families can meet Santa and talk to him, because again, we know that it's a little challenging this year because a lot of families can't see Santa in person. So that's one of the cool things we're doing here at Christmasful, is bringing families together so they can see Santa Claus. And then finally, we have story time. Story time with Urbie the elf. He's got a great book he's going to share with you, and that is going to wrap up our show today. So lots of good stuff. All right, Santa, let's get going. Let's talk a little bit about Scout Elf. Scout Elf Week. Boys and girls, are you ready? So Santa, tell us a little bit about the Scout Elves.
Well, as I just said, you know, we were talking and we send them out about a month before Christmas, about 30 days. And that's right around this time right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and usually all the scout elves that we send out with a letter explaining what their duties are and certain requirements. In other words, sometimes we'll put out a requirement that they can't be touched. You know, so we'll let that know, or they can't be handled, or if they need to be transported, how you can transport them. This is to give the mother and father an idea of what the requirements are, and then they can pass that on to the children. Now, some people have asked me, you know, what about the scout elves? Are they alive? Scout elves are just dolls. They're really only dolls. But they, you know, we have given them special powers. So they're able to report to us, and they're able to get back and forth to the North Pole using their portals. And they have individual portal devices with each one of them. And so that's how they get back and forth to the North Pole. They also will come back usually every night or so. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they're into something, and that's the reason they don't come back. Other times they may not have a lot to report, and so they just may, take a rest and stay there. Scout elves are really watchers. That's what their whole thing is. They're watchers. They report to me and to Mrs. Claus on what's happening down there below the Arctic Circle. And most of the time we use them in, I think, Great Britain. They use a few of them there. They have them in some of the Northern European countries. We've sent some there, but mostly in North America. That's where they have most. There's a few of them down in Brazil and some of them in South America. But they're watchers. That's what their job is to watch. So they shouldn't be getting into a lot of activities, like swinging from the chandelier, getting into your sugar, eating the cookies. But it happens. They're pranksters. That's the problem. With the whole special powers we give them, like anything else, there's a plus and a minus to special powers. It's like, I
Mhm.
don't know if anybody ever learned about the Aladdin's lamp. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's the
Right.
same thing with the scout elves.
Okay.
Okay, they let me know what's going on. They help us and your parents report on the children. So, they're not spies, they just report. In other words, if there's some suspicious activity, a child's really not being really, really good. I'm not saying naughty or anything like that, but that's what they report on. And if they're not doing their chores or something like that, and then we'll try to handle it on our end or give mom and dad a couple ideas on how they can handle it, because it's mom and dad's are the rulers here, not Santa.
Right.
Mom and
Right.
dad are in charge, okay?
Yeah.
Usually, the scout elves all return to the North Pole right after Christmas, right around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, after the toys are all delivered. Santa's, I'm back home safe and sound. Then they start coming back. Now, there's exceptions to that. A lot of times, the parents, under special requests, will ask if the elves can stay longer. And usually we'll go ahead and give permission for that. There's no problems. But it's usually the parents that will ask that. So, it's a good and bad thing. If they stay there too long, they really start losing their special powers.
Mm.
Um, yeah, also recently I've started to notice that some of my scout elves have accessories or have
I've seen that
accessorized.
too. That's right. I've seen that too.
I send them down, and next thing I know, I got some of them reporting back with their little buddies. They got little bud. I said, "Where'd you get that?" He says, "Well, that was there for me,
Yeah,
and it's my buddy, and I have that along." Or some of the girls come in with dresses on, and
that's
I'm
right.
going, "I don't remember sending you down there with a dress like that." And they go, "Well, it was there for us." So I
Yeah.
said, "Okay, that's good." It's not something we encourage, but it's not something we discourage either. I mean, I,
Right.
I like to see the elves happy, even the scout elves. And like I said, they have special powers. So when they're alive with their special powers, just like anybody else, they like to have some fun with it. So, but yeah, the whole idea is that they do their job. They do jobs of reporting back to me, and and as long as they're having fun and the children down there are having fun and they're helping the parents out, I'm happy. So, I know then that, the whole Scout Elf idea wasn't a disaster in the first place. We had talks about that, Mrs. Claus and I. She says, this is gonna be a disaster. He says, you got enough problems with your elves as they are. And he says, you're going to make a whole new type of elf out there. And I go, yeah, but I need help.
It's
There's
true.
so many children out there. And,
Mhm.
and, and a lot now, especially, a lot of these children really, really need help.
Yeah.
Help in their schoolwork, help in everything. And a lot of them are just watching their parents. And, a lot of parents need help, but a lot of the children are watching their parents and getting a little upset. So a
Yeah.
lot of the scout elves come down, they give a little joy. And I keep saying scout elves. They also, down there, I know in North America, they call them elves on the shelves.
Right.
I guess because that's where they spend most of their time, sitting around on shelves. But, I expect them to be out there looking and working and checking things out. So, and not goofing off either. I have that problem with all my elves. So, but anyway, that's pretty much the elves. Now, if you got any more questions about the elves, please, write them in or call them in to Sunny, and
Mhm.
I will be happy to answer your questions. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, children.
Yes, and we have some specific questions from some children.
Oh, we do
Yeah, we
already. Wow, that
do.
was quick.
Well, they sent these questions in before the show. They heard that we were
Oh,
talking about the scout elves,
yeah.
and we have some questions. So here's
Okay.
the first question. This is from Jason. Jason asks, "What should we do if our elves get caught doing naughty stuff?"
Well, if your parents can't take care of that, then write me a letter and let me know. Because if you tell the elf, they're not going to tell me. You know how that goes. You know, we'll tell Santa, right? Okay, but no, write me a letter and let me know what they're doing down there, and I will try to correct it. Sometimes I ask the parents to go ahead and do some corrections on it, but yeah, just write me a letter. Don't do anything on your own because, like I said, they have special magic. I shouldn't say special magic, special powers, and there's a lot of things that can destroy those powers. So don't go touching them or spanking them or anything like that. They're very, very sensitive. Thank you, Jason, for the question.
Okay, Santa, we got one more question, and this comes from Emily. Emily says, "My elf looks tired. Does he fly back every night to see you at the North Pole?"
Wow. Emily, I'm surprised. Usually the elves come back and they're all full of gumption and vigor and excitement and stuff. A lot of them are telling me stories all about the children that they're assigned to down there and who they're watching. If your elf looks tired, I wouldn't say feed it anything, but we feed them when they get back here at night. That elves, since they have special powers, they also have special diets. Not that I approve of their diets, but it's a lot of candy canes.
And
Tell you
cookies.
what it is there, and cookies. Yeah, not the cookies. Those are mine. You stay off my cookies. But yeah, if he looks tired, I'll try to see what's going on. They don't come back every night, like I said. So, maybe I'll let them, stay down there and stay a day or two or something like that before they report. So, thank you for the question, Emily.
Okay, Santa, are you ready to meet our family? We have a special
Oh yes,
family. Yeah, joining us from Missouri.
Yeah, I
Right.
understand they're from Ozark, Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay, very good.
let me see if they're ready. Okay, Santa, I think they're ready for us. Here is the Leach family. Hi, guys.
Hi there. How are you? Hi. Wow. How are you all doing? I see you have your Christmas tree up.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's see, you're down in Ozark, Missouri. So you just finished Thanksgiving, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
You're 5? Well,
I'm
good. I'm glad to hear it. You're 4?
I'm
Alrighty, very good. You're 6? Very good. So did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Yes.
You did. Very good. And did you help your mother?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I hope so. It's a lot of work doing that, cooking all those. Did you have turkey?
Yeah, we had turkey.
Did you have turkey?
Hey.
Oh, good. See, it's a lot of work doing that, cooking the turkey and all those fixings. Yeah. So that's really good. So you should be very thankful that you have a good mother that does all those hardworking things for you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you have anything you wanted to ask me or some questions or yeah, you don't have to raise your hand. You don't have to raise your hand. You can
I want to say something.
What was that?
I want to say something.
Okay, you can tell me.
Santa, can I see one of your elves?
Can you see one of my elves?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like one of my scout elves or one of my elves on the shelf? Well, we'll see. Maybe we can send one down there to you. What?
Santa,
Yes.
for Christmas, I want like a remote drone.
A drone, huh? Well, I tell you, those drones are sure getting a lot of attention out there. What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna I could like
You like flying things?
yeah, and I could put a camera on it and take pictures all over our house.
All over your house. That sounds interesting. All righty. So, any other questions for me?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
What's your favorite reindeer?
Oh, people have asked me that before, and I don't have a favorite. It's just like if somebody asks your mother, which is your favorite child, she says, I love them all.
Yeah.
And that's like my reindeer. I do love them all, but I love them in different ways. Like I have Donder and Blitzen. Now, Donder and Blitzen are two of my strong reindeer. They're the real heart of things. You know what? Donder means thunder, and Blitzen means lightning. And those two are just like thunder and lightning. When their hooves come down, they shatter the ground. And I have Rudolph. Rudolph's very special to us all.
Yeah.
And so I love all my reindeer. I really do. They're all have a special place in my heart. Some of them are big and strong, and some of them are loving and sweet. But they're all real nice. And so just like your mom, somebody ask her which is her favorite child, she's going to say, I love them all.
Santa?
And that's the way I am with my reindeer. Yes.
Do you will you be able to catch a elf on the shelf and you on camera? Have anybody catched you?
Oh, you want to capture them. That's why you want drones. You can sneak around and catch one of my elves, huh?
Have you ever been caught before?
Have I been caught? Yes, I have. It used to be I could get around pretty easy because I come down that chimney and I'm done, just like that, just like a flash. I'm gone. And but now with cameras, everybody's got cameras. I imagine you got it. One of you has a camera. And there's cameras all over the place. So yeah, they try to catch me. The elves help out a lot because they tell me where all the cameras are.
On this video on YouTube, these kids have caught it on the shelf before.
Have caught an elf on the shelf? Yeah. There's a lot of things on TV and YouTube now that are not necessarily real or true, okay? In other words, if you saw it on Facebook, that doesn't necessarily makes it right or real, okay? And a lot of the movies out there, show me in different ways. Have you seen the Christmas Chronicles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat, isn't it? That is a neat movie. But the sleigh is nothing like mine. And I don't have a leather jacket. But I have a real pretty Mrs. Claus. That I do have. And my elves are a little bit bigger than the elves that they show on the Christmas Chronicles. Okay, so don't believe everything you see on TV, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right, but it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy watching them too.
Yeah. Hey, Santa.
Yes.
Did you go ho ho ho?
Ho ho ho. Yes, I do go ho ho ho. That's the way I laugh. Mrs. Claus thought it was funny the first time she heard me laugh like that. It wasn't quite like that. It was like ho ho ho, but yeah, she thought it was funny and she giggled and I giggled and laughed more. So when Mrs. Claus is funny and giggles, I giggle. So yeah, I hear it's cold back there in Ozark. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Is it cold outside?
It's at least 50 degrees maybe. Hey.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
See, up here it's 50 degrees below zero.
Wow. Hey, Santa.
Yeah, yes?
Where is Mrs. Claus?
Mrs. Claus, I think, is over in the bakery. I asked her if she wanted to come by today, and she said that she had a lot to do, that maybe the next time that we had a show that she might come on. Mrs. Claus is known all over the North Pole for her jokes. She is a jokester, and she likes to get up and tell jokes and make everybody laugh. And so we all keep a smile on our face when Mrs. Claus is around.
Santa.
Yes.
Um, I learned how to ride my bike with no training wheels, and I can ride it. I started knowing how to ride it since I started.
Well, good. That's real good without training wheels. Is that right? Now,
Mhm.
do you wear a helmet, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe. You got to be safe, but that is real good. You know, you'll be riding no time. You'll be out riding all over the place. I know that'll make your mom worrisome. You got good places to ride where they're safe?
Yeah.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah.
um, sometimes, my friends like ding dong on the door, and we get to go over to this place and play football.
Oh, cool, cool. So you
Yeah,
got room to go out and do things like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. That is. That's really good.
And we get to ride our bikes around the neighborhood.
Oh yeah. When I was a young boy your size, that's what I used to do.
You
I
did?
used to ride a bikes. Yeah, we used to play ball. We played soccer. We played a lot of soccer. We liked that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we played soccer and we rode our bikes all over the place. You know, that was fun.
Santa,
Yes.
um, um, I am really good at hitting a ball when I play when I play hit ball.
Oh, is that right? Well, good. I like your outfits. Those are cute. That is really cute. Little green Santa outfits. Wow. And you look like a little elf. Yeah, you're so cute the way your outfit. There you go. I can see him now. Yes. That is so cute. Got all dressed up. Did you get all dressed up just to talk to me? Did you get all dressed up just to talk to me?
Mhm.
That is nice. I appreciate that. That makes me feel really special. You know that? It does.
Hey, Santa. I have one more
Yeah.
question. Santa,
Okay. Go ahead.
what do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I want everybody to be happy and I want everybody to love one another. That's what I want. And up here at the North Pole, that's we've accomplished that. Everybody's happy and everybody loves one another. Not so much down below the Arctic Circle. I've seen some problems there, okay? But as long as you guys love each other and are happy within your family and you're happy with your friends and you love your friends, that's good, and that'll spread. You guys are my ambassadors for love, joy, and happiness.
Hey, Santa.
Yes,
Um, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. You are so darn cute. All of you are. And I want to thank you for spending the time to talk to me today.
You're welcome.
It's really nice. It is. It's good. It is. Are there any other questions?
No, not really.
Does your mom have any questions? I know she's off to the side there someplace.
Yes.
Does she have any questions?
Yes.
So are they all on the nice list?
Oh, of course. Yes, indeed. That whole naughty thing, I've not liked it for years. I consider children on a nice list. Sometimes they make mistakes, and it's up to grown-ups to help them learn from their mistakes. But they're all on the nice list. I don't see how anybody so cute could be naughty. Of course, then again, I'm like a big old grandpa anyway, so, you know. Any other questions for me?
My mom wants to say something.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you for letting them chat with you.
You are welcome, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas, all of you as a family, okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
Write down what you want for Chris.
Well, you already told me you wanted a drone.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
How do you spell your name?
How do I spell my name?
S
Oh,
A
now, see, you need to learn that in school.
Hey, is your name go like this? Senta?
Santa.
You got it.
Yeah, that's it. It's an easy one. All right. Well, thank you so much. I almost lost you down there. There you are. Yeah. Oh, that is pretty. That is a pretty hairpiece you got. That is so, I didn't see that before. Yes, that is so nice. All righty. Great.
Boys and girls, you are so cute. Thank you so
I
much
am
for
5.
joining us. You're 5?
5. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Love you all.
Love
And have a Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Grandpa.
Christmas. All right, Santa. They were so cute. Weren't they so adorable?
Adorable.
Oh my goodness. Well, Santa, it is time for story time, and we have a very adorable elf that's ready to join us. Are you ready for Urbie the elf?
Yay,
Hi!
Urbie!
Hello, Urbie. How are you?
Good.
Good. Yay. Well, it is story time. And so Urbie has a great story he's going to share with us. Urbie, can you hold up the book so we can see what it looks like?
Here you go.
Oh, what's it called?
Elfie the elf.
All right.
Elfie the elf. And can you read who the author is on that, Urbie?
The author is Cheryl Devley Shower.
Okay.
Her name is spelled difficultly.
No worries, no
Yeah.
worries. Well, we're excited to hear the story. So what I'm going to do, Urbie, is I'm going to let you tell the story yourself. So Santa and I will be back in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and I'm going to take Santa off and myself, and then we're going to show everybody the pictures as you're reading the book. So you can just read
Okay.
away and we'll take a look at the pictures as you're reading, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Elfie the elf. Time for bed, children. Oh, wait, did I skip a bit? Oh. Time for bed, children. It is almost 9 o'clock, and I promised your parents you would both be in bed before they get home, Granny announced as she slowly lifted herself out of her rocking chair. Oh, Granny, we're not that tired yet. It's too early, stretched Rosie as she quickly covered her mouth, mimicking a bedtime yawn. Yeah, Granny, tell us a bedtime story. Tell us about one of your adventures that happened long, long ago, pleaded James as he tugged on her fuzzy blue sweater. Well, children, I have one adventure that I have never shared with another soul. A very long time ago, I made a promise to a very special friend of mine, and I'm not sure you can keep a secret, said Granny with a twinkle in her eye. Yes, we can, Granny. I know we can, begged Rosie. Let's go upstairs and perhaps I'll let you in on a very secretive adventure, Granny whispered as they all made their way upstairs and sat down by James' bed. A very long time ago, when I was just a little girl, my father was stationed to work at the North Pole. I was very unhappy about moving away and leaving my friends behind. When we arrived at the North Pole, I couldn't believe how high the snowdrifts were and how cold it was. But the worst part was that I didn't have anyone to play with. Many nights I cried myself to sleep. I wish I could go back home, but I knew that was impossible. Christmas was getting closer, and I didn't think Santa Claus would know where to find me. One night, I thought I heard a strange noise outside on my bedroom window. It sounded like a very tiny squeaking mouse. Quickly, I jumped out of my bed and ran to look out of my window. There in the snow bank, I saw a tiny blue elf crying. Oh, Granny, what did you do? Was he really blue? Did he talk to you or did he run away? Asked Rosie. Be quiet, Rosie. Let Granny finish her story, snapped James, who sat perfectly still, hanging onto every word Granny spoke. All right, James, I'll continue. I climbed out of my window and very cautiously made my way to see this unusual little blue elf. He was so tiny, no higher than my knee. He had pointy ears and a very red nose. He was dressed in a blue fuzzy jacket with matching pants, and his face was really blue. This tiny elf was so upset he didn't even realize I was sitting next to him. Granny looked out the window and continued her story. Hello there, little blue elf. Why are you crying, and what are you doing all alone here on such a cold night? I asked. Oh, you wouldn't understand. Nobody can help me. I'm hopeless, said the elf. Hopeless? Why would you say that? Santa sent me on an errand and I got myself lost. I don't know where I am. You know Santa? The real Santa Claus? Of course I do. I'm Elfie, one of Santa's helpers. I make toys for children all around the world, and I used to be one of those best toy makers around. Oh, Elfie, what do you mean when you used to be one of the best toy makers? I can't do anything right. Everything I touch turns out to be a disaster. All the other elves laugh at me and tell me I'm a terrible toy maker. Oh, Elfie, let me help you. I know exactly how you feel. Ever since we moved here, I've been so unhappy. I don't have any friends, and I bet Santa Claus won't even know where I am to find me on Christmas Eve. Oh, yes, he does. Santa Claus knows everything, and I'd love to be your friend if you would like. Elfie, I would love to have you for my friend. Since we're friends and friends help each other, let me help you. If you take me to Santa's workshop, I'll help you make the toys, and you'll be the best toy maker once again. Together, Elfie and I trudged through snowdrift after snowdrift until we finally found a tiny village. It was in the middle of nowhere. Elves of all different colors were busy packing Santa's bag. They were scurrying here and there. Then I saw the reindeer. They were so huge, and there seemed to be something magical about them. It was almost as if they understood every single word that was said, Granny continued. One tiny elf saw Elfie, and he called out to the others, Hey, look who's finally back. Hey, Elfie, did you lose your way again? A group of elves surrounded Elfie and teased him about forgetting to put wheels on the toy trains and putting soldier heads on the bodies of teddy bears. I couldn't stand to hear how mean these little elves were being to Elfie, and I yelled really loudly, Stop it! Stop it! Stop teasing Elfie. He's a very kind and silly little elf. It made me realize you wouldn't be so cruel. Just then Santa Claus appeared. Ho, 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 what do we have here, Elfie? Why are you crying? Who's this little girl? You know I don't allow visitors here at Santa Land. Oh, Santa, I'm just a girl. Please don't be angry with Elfie. I asked him to bring me here so I could help him. I motioned to Santa, asking him to bend down, and then I whispered something in his ear. Ho, 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 Jessica. I think you're right. I should have figured that out a long time ago. Granny, what did you tell him? Asked James. When Elfie and I were walking through the snowdrifts, I noticed he couldn't read any of the road signs until it was right at the top of them. He couldn't see them because he needed glasses. Santa Claus went over to the workbench and found a pair of glasses that were just perfect for us, Elfie. Oh, Granny, you really met Elfie and Santa Claus? Were you ever lucky, being James? I'll never forget that night. While singing a holiday jingle, the elves let me pack Santa's sleigh, and the very next thing I remembered, I was back at home. But how did you get home? Rosie asked. I don't remember. I guess Santa took me home. Granny proudly spoke. Did you ever go back and visit Elfie and Santa Claus? Questioned James. That's the funny thing. As many times as I tried, I could never find my way back to Santa Land. All I remember is finding a letter and a tape inside my Christmas stocking the next morning. In fact, I think that letter is hanging somewhere in my pocket. Granny pulled out the crumpled, tattered piece of
paper from our park and began reading. Dear Jessica, thank you for all your help. The other elves and I will never forget you. I am giving you a copy of the song you sang with us on Christmas Eve. I'll always remember you. Love, Elfie. Granny, do you still have the tape? We want to hear the song, Rose and James begged. All right, if you both go to bed right now, we'll hunt for the tape first thing in the morning and we'll listen to Elfie the Elf. Rosie and James snuggled up in their beds and fell fast asleep, hoping morning would just be a blink away. And that's it.
And that's it.
Very good. Good job. That was a fun story. It really was. And I want to thank you for reading it to us. I enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Urbie, your name reminds me of Elfie. You guys aren't related, are you? Urbie, Elfie? No relation? Maybe cousins, something like that? No?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, you did a really good job, Urbie. Thank you for joining us for story time.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Urban.
Well, that was a great show today, Santa.
That
We did a
was
lot of
good.
fun
It was
stuff.
nice. It was nice meeting the family and talking to the children. And I even got to hear from Mother. That was really nice.
Off to the side.
Off to the side. You know, mommies are usually a little shyer than the children, you know.
That's right.
But, you know, I was really, really nice that they all got dressed up and they were in pretty outfits. And I really appreciate it. It's one of the things that makes me feel really, really good when I see the children get all dressed up, the boys and girls alike. And it makes me feel special. And I know that it makes the parents feel special too when the children are all dressed up in their nice Christmas outfits.
That's right.
So,
with the pretty Christmas tree in the
Oh,
background. They
yeah.
had the
It
nice
was all
tree.
nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Gets me in a Christmas spirit. Of course, I'm in Christmas spirit
You're
all
always
year
in the
long.
Christmas spirit. So, boys and girls, we did a lot of fun stuff today. We had our meet and greet with the Leach family. We learned, Santa, we learned all about scout elves and what should kids do as they're waiting for their scout elves? Is there anything that they can be doing in the meantime?
Oh, I don't know. I think just being patient, you know, and, you know, a lot of it too is, like I said, we get requests from parents and the children, and then we look at a lot of the requests that we get. Some children, you know, we just don't think we need a scout elf. You know, they're really, really good. They're very respectful. They always do their chores, and you know, but we send out as many as we can. But I think everybody should understand that, you know, just like I have said many times before, there are so many children out there nowadays. I remember back, 150 some years ago, there wasn't all that many children out there. Now it's the populations are growing and the number of children are growing, and it's just hard to keep up with sometimes, I'm telling you. And we're trying hard to keep up with it, though. So if you don't get one, maybe mention it to mom and dad, see if they can write me a letter, and I'll see what I can do about getting one down to you.
That's right. And we also, Urbie read the book to us, Elfie the Elf. So what we're going to do, boys and girls, if you're interested in that book, we'll post some links on our Facebook page. And that way, if your parents want to get you that book, or perhaps you want to ask Santa for that book for Christmas, that way you guys can read it over and over again. Because I really did have a nice little moral to the story, of course.
It did. It was a good story. I liked it.
Right. And those are the kind of things we like to share here at Christmasful. So hopefully you boys and girls enjoyed what we did today on our show. Couple reminders. Now, this is a little bit more for the parents, but maybe boys and girls, you want to share it with your parents. There are some different ways that you can follow Christmasful to learn about all the great things we're doing with our show. And boys and girls, we are doing this show and we've got a lot of activities planned now through Christmas. We are just getting going, right, Santa?
Oh, yes. We're going to be on I know a couple, 3 times a week, I think it
Yep.
is.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So these are our main social media channels. So if your mom and dad are on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, you can follow us there. And then also we want to make sure that you get those notifications so you know when Christmasful is live. So as Santa just said, we are live Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, but sometimes the time changes a little bit. In fact, I think one of those changes is this Saturday because we're broadcasting a little earlier than normal. So we're trying to change up the times a little bit. We want to make sure everyone gets a chance to see us live if they want to, but tell your parents that they can get those reminders or they can subscribe on YouTube. So whenever we post something that says we're going to go live, they will know about that right away. And then we also want to remind you about Millennial Santa, which is our podcast. And we've been doing this for a few years now, but these are great because we are answering your questions, boys and girls. And we know you have a ton of questions for Santa. So many. We've gotten so many questions over the last few years. And we said, hey, we got to create a podcast out of this because odds are if you have that question, another boy or girl probably has that question too. So if you go to our website, which is christmasful.com, you can record your voice asking the question, or you can just send us an email, ask your mom and dad for help, and then your mom and dad can subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. All right, Santa, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
So this was a great show. Thanks for joining us, boys and
Great
girls.
day.
And Santa, thanks for being with us. It was great to see you.
Thank you. And remember, keep the spirit of Christmas in your heart throughout the year. Thank you.
Bye, boys and girls. We'll see you back here on Monday.